Okay. So, good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to this webinar on ecosystem restoration, which is, though on 1st June, it's on occasion of the World Environment Day coming on 5th June, organized by DLLE unit of Lala Lajpat Rai College of Commerce and Economics. And to begin with, I would like to request all our attendees to just sit back for the Earth Anthem.
Cosmic blue pearl, our most beautiful, wonderful world. All the nations, all the oceans, flora, fauna, land and the sea. We all are one, part of the earth. We all are one, all things are good. We all are one, part of the earth. We all are one, all things are good. All the people who live across the lands, brothers, sisters, join our hands. Together we unfurl blue marble flag. Come sing with us, the glory of the earth. We all are one, part of the earth. We all are one, all things are good. We all are one, part of the earth. We all are one, all things are good.
Thank you, everyone. I would now request our principal, Dr. Neelam Arora Madam, to kindly say a few words. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Hello. Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Good evening.
Okay. So, good evening and welcome to this program organized by DLLE on economic restoration in collaboration with Bhamla Foundation. I think no better than modern time, we can understand the importance of ecosystem restoration when we are all going through such trying times, and we have realized that we have to maintain balance in our ecostructure. We have to protect our trees, or every living species. They have a place of their own. So if we disturb the eco balance, all of us will suffer. So I'm sure that our speaker of the day, Ms. Seher Bhamla, has a lot to share on what can be done in order to restore our economic ecosystem, and how we can protect our environment. In this way, we will be taking care of the environment as well as ourselves, because we are an integral part of the environment. So every effort, every drop in the ocean will count. Every oil drop saved, every tree protected, every bird saved will contribute to restoration of our economic system, ecosystem. So Environment Day is, I think, on 5th June. So in prelude to that, this program will open eyes of everyone to the importance of ecosystem. Thank you and welcome, ma'am. And I congratulate DLLE in charge, Dr. Meenam Saxena and Vishaka for organizing this program and all the students for actively participating. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Meenam ma'am to introduce our resource person for the day, Ms. Seher Bhamla.
Thank you, Vishaka. Very good evening, respected Principal Dr. Neelam Arora, Vice Principal from BCom Section, Professor Vidya Vede, Vice Principal from SFC, Dr. Arun Pachari, our guest speaker of today's webinar, Ms. Seher and all faculty members. Ms. Seher Bhamla is the Director and Youth Head at Bhamla Foundation, a non-governmental organization that focuses on healthcare, environmental and childcare. She has very strong values and from a young age she has been passionate about the environment. Her aims to motivate the younger generation across the world to come together to preserve the planet. Bhamla Foundation has awarded the National Green Crusader by the Government of India for its constant efforts to fight pollution. Bhamla Foundation has been in operation for over 2 decades. Recently, her organization raised concern over pollution and environmental issues at the United Nations headquarters and talked about ways to tackle the situation to secure the future of the next generation. Working for various causes in the fields of health, sociology, child rehabilitation, women empowerment, and the preservation of the environment, Ms. Seher is dedicated to make this world a better place. Yes, the list is very ending of her job. So without wasting the time, I would like to invite Ms. Seher Bamla to share her experience. Now over to you, Ms. Seher. Thank you.
Hello, Miss Neelam. Thank you so much for such a kind introduction. I certainly don't. I do not deserve such an introduction because I haven't done so much yet. There's a lot more to achieve. I feel, and you must keep on doing. But that was very sweet and very kind of you, and you've actually motivated me to do better because people, I mean, in teachers and people and students, everyone think that I'm doing too much. So I think I should.
Miss Seher,
Yeah.
you are not audible. Could you please raise your voice a bit
Oh,
or
okay.
check your system?
I am actually a soft speaker, but I'm gonna increase my volume. So
Okay, thank you.
I was telling Miss Neelam that thank you so much for the very kind introduction. I have not done a lot yet. There's a lot more to achieve and a lot more to do. And I think that only two hands won't do everything. I think we all should come together and do it. But thank you so much. So, and thank you for having me. Thank you, Sanmeet, for reaching out to me, for coordinating all of that. Thank you, Principal Ma'am, for doing so much and trying to create awareness in whatever way possible. I think the DLE group is amazing because they are always up for anything. So few days back only I had called Sanmeet because she's the one who I'm coordinating with because we've done quite a few events in the past also. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
perfect, right? Yeah. Is there some background noise?
No.
It's not disturbing because
No.
our office is like in a zone where it's very busy out there because the environment day is on 5th and there's a lot of planning and stuff happening. So it's kind of noisy. So I can hear it, but thankfully you all can't hear it. So it's good. So yeah, thank you. And I was talking about Sanmeet and the DLE group. I've been doing so many things. We've done tree plantations again for this year's 5th June event, the digital campaign. Lala College has been a part, and it's always up my mind. Whenever I'm doing something, I'm like, no, I have to get in touch with the college and do some stuff. So yeah, it's amazing, and it feels like a family now because I get so much of respect from y'all. Y'all, of course, get utmost respect from my foundation. So thank you so much. And I had to speak. So Sanmeet mentioned that the viewers wanted to hear about a few things about my vision, mission, about the foundation. So I'm just going to start, and I'm not going to waste much time because I'm not someone who can give a lecture without doing, because I've done very little things. So I'm just going to go quick and talk about my experiences. Does that sound good?
Yes, Seher.
Yes, thank you. And if the audience wants to talk in the middle, please feel free because I have no issues. Yeah. So I'll just start. So starting with the vision towards the vision of my foundation, and it's more of me personally towards environment and other things that we are doing. So the vision towards environment is that we actually live in a world which is environmentally conscious, and now there's a lot of awareness that has been spread. So a lot of young people like you and me know that we have to do something for our planet, otherwise it's going to be very tough for mankind to live on this planet. So we all know that it is the need of the hour to start working for our mother nature. And so for that I accept responsibility, and we plan a lot of activities around that, around stuff that could make our planet and environment better and more sustainable, and to be a part of the society in which environmental conservation is deeply ingrained in our core values, a world of peaceful coexistence in which everyone prioritizes the preservation of the earth is only a home. So there are simple things what the foundation does, especially me. Basic things. I'm sure the foundation does look into bigger, more scientific things for environment, but me as a young girl, as a youth head, I'm just doing simple things like I'm growing trees, making our cities, I'm trying to make our cities green again, recycling all the waste. So basically we've signed up with a lot of companies for plastic waste. So so what I ask companies or individuals to do is contact our office. If you have plastic waste, do not throw it, because if you're trashing it, then it's just going into the sea and in our oceans, because the kachara takes it there and then it's out in the ocean, polluted and polluting our oceans. So we ask them to give it to our foundation, and we get it recycled. So there's a new life to that plastic bottle of yours, which is this. So these are the few small things what I'm doing: cleaning our oceans, rivers, mangroves, trying to change our diets. Simple things like, I am coming from a Muslim family, and paya, nihari, and chicken, mutton is a part of a daily lifestyle. But we've made sure, not only me, my entire family, that we've made sure that we only consume meat 2 to 3 times a week, and the other days we are only veg. So yeah, like roti, dal, vegetables is our diet. So that is something what we are doing. But you all can figure, as a family and as individuals, on what you can do to reduce your carbon footprint. Now, I personally take very long showers, but I feel that, that is wrong. So, like taking sorry, I just got confused. So taking long showers is not right, and taking a lot. So you have to cut down on your daily life. I don't, the whole point of me saying my experiences is that you have to cut down on your life, on your carbon footprint, and whatever way you can. There are things what I do you might not do, and there are things what you do I might not do. So we have to figure out ways and do things to make this world a better place. And my mission is to make environmental improvements that promote a sustainable future and social progress in communities. We, as a foundation, are dedicated to making our environment a cleaner and safer place to enhance local environment quality, and also to globally create an impact, a positive impact on the environment. I want to help create awareness personally and take responsibility for the damage we've done I want to create awareness and take responsibility for the damage we've done and we've been causing to our environment, and make amends for the sake of our future generations, because I feel that you and I will still pass out living in this world, but what about our future generations? What are they going to? There's so many calamities that are happening. There are cyclones every now and then, and so many issues, floods, all these things are not, the glaciers are melting, there are droughts. These things are not supposed to happen. It is because of our previous generations actions, what we are seeing, and our actions will will benefit or disregard the future. So if we do good, then our kids are going to be okay in this world. So yeah, plan. So just do your bit towards the environment. That's what I'm trying to say. And I've been repeating myself again and again, but every time I repeat, I just come down to one core this thing, that do your bit. We don't have to talk about big things and about big issues. I just talk as an individual, that if I'm doing this, I feel that making small conscious changes are better than doing nothing at all. So you try from doing small things. Don't be demotivated if you cannot. Don't be demotivated if you cannot keep up to it. For example, like I spoke about meat. In the starting, it was getting very tough for me, but I tried. So the more you try, the more you succeed. If you just do it once and then you be like, I can't do it, then it gets very tough to do it. So yeah, again and again, I'm coming on the same thing, that just make conscious changes in your life. And other than that, for this year's World Environment Day, now because me and Lala Lajpat College are doing a campaign, a digital campaign, where all the students and my friends, you all my friends, are creating videos, 1 minute video on the theme of this year's Environment Day, which is ecosystem restoration. So, what does the theme exactly mean? There are 3 key points in this theme: reimagine, recreate, and restore everything. And ecosystem restoration means that in the past, whatever we've lost, it is time to restore it again. So that's the whole point. That's the whole point of this theme, and it's a very simple theme. Again, we've lost trees. So many species have been endangered. So many animals have been killed. So many plants and there's so many trees have been cut. So much of plastic has been used. So it's time to restore and stop and just restore and do better for the earth. That's the whole theme of this year's Environment Day. And we are creating a digital campaign because during COVID times, you can't do anything on ground. Though we, in small groups, very small groups of 4-5 people maximum, go and plant trees, which again we haven't uploaded on social media and all that. We will do it in some days, but not right now. So we're doing these small activities in very small groups, and we are creating a digital campaign where we have influencers speak about ecosystem restoration and generation restoration. So now the main reason why the founder of the foundation, Mr. Asif Hamla, uh, gets these influencers on board, like influencers like Shilpa Shetty, Neha Kakkar, Shan, Akshay Kumar, Sachin Tendulkar, Ritik Roshan, all these stars, because Bhumi Pednekar, Tapsi Panu, because they are influencers and they have a fan following which is crazy. So if you and I say something that don't use plastic, or if you and I say that don't cut down trees or just walk short small distances, no one is going to listen to us. We are not influencers like them. I don't have a fan following, and certainly a lot of people don't. So that's why we have them, because their fans treat them as God. And if not God, also they do follow. I mean, a few of their fans do treat them like they worship them. And if not, but they do take them seriously, and they do start following what the actors and influencers are saying, because it's like a style statement. If Salman Khan is wearing during Dabang, he used to wear his sunglasses in his collar on the back. So everyone started following it because they love him. So now if Akshay Kumar says that don't use plastic, or if there's air pollution, so start cycling instead of taking your car, or start walking small distances instead of taking out your car. His fans do listen, and when they listen, they do also tweet us, and they do tell us that, we've done this change, thank you for doing this campaign, for creating awareness and all that. So that is the whole reason why we why we get these influencers on board. And then we also create a musical anthem, because I am very bored of lectures. There are enough lectures that I have to go through in school, in college. I'm in college right now, and everyone is just giving lectures on environment. No one is doing something which would also bring entertainment. So we create these musical campaigns. So it's a song. Like this year, our campaign is called Dharti Ka Dil, and the reason is that we can educate people through music, and it is the best way to explain someone something, and it is the easiest way to learn something. That's why we create these musical anthems, and it's going to be released on 5th of June. So please, please, please do see it, do implement some stuff in your life, and yeah, just do your bit towards the environment and raise awareness, speak up on issues. Yeah. And I was also asked to mention about the COVID relief work that I've done. So we've completed 400 days of non-stop service. So like the foundation works for a lot of things. It's not only environment. I personally am very passionate about working for transgenders, for acid attack victims, for orphanages, for blind kids. These are my issues, what I focus on. But also during the pandemic, the foundation did diversify and put all its attention on the COVID relief work that we're doing, because that was the need of the hour, and we had the resources and the manpower to go out there and do so many things for people. So we complete 400 days of non-stop service for the citizens by distributing food, sanitization, essential supplies, clothing, proactive gears, and so on. Then now we've created a war room in our office where everyone who are having issues, we're just trying to solve that. There are so many people who are not getting the vaccines, the remdesivir injections, hospital beds right now. And now things are getting better because everything looks good. But there was a time when it was very, very, very bad, and it was very disturbing to see. So like the war room helps with that, and then we have a team dedicated where we ask Maulanas. So a lot of people were afraid of taking the vaccine, especially Muslims, because there have been some talks that it has pork in the injection, or it is not right. So we had these Maulanas go and explain citizens door to door that, what, it is not wrong taking the vaccine. In fact, it is written in our religious books that you must take something that will help save your life, even though it has pork or whatever it has. So, and even that time we took Maulanas, educational teachers in Islam, because if you and I say something, a man won't listen. But if a religious leader is saying, so they do think that, yeah, it is right. He is making sense. That's why we thought that making them, using them and asking them to explain it to people, and then a lot of people understood. So yeah, these are a few things. And like I mentioned about coming back to my Dharti Ka Dil campaign, there's a global launch of our campaign called Dharti Ka Dil, to help reimagine, recreate, restore a beautiful planet. And we are spearheading this campaign, Dharti Ka Dil. It's already out. You all have created so many beautiful videos which I've seen, and it is amazing. And I've shared all of them with the ministry and the United Nations. So yeah, and like this entire campaign is a collaboration with the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and United Nations Environment Program, and they've supported us a lot. So yeah, do you all want me to speak more? I'm getting bored of my voice. That's why.
Here we do have a Q&A session. Sanmeet would celebrating that. But before that, could you also tell us a bit more about your association with UN? Like, what kind of work have you been doing with them?
For all our environmental campaigns, this is not a first campaign. We've done so many for air pollution, biodiversity, plastic pollution. Every now and then we keep on having, um, every year we do these campaigns. So since the past 10 years, our foundation has been associated with the United Nations. And not only that, the founder, Mr. Asif Bhamna, actually went and spoke in the headquarters at New York.
So your activities are restricted to India only, or like your organization also does work abroad?
So
Because it's
digital campaigns are not only for Indians; it is for the world. We don't only have people who are listening to this, the anthems in India. Everyone uh, out abroad also does hear all of this, and we do have a small setup in America, in Atlanta, and in New York. So yeah, it is actually a global foundation, but since we are in India, so that is where our heart is, and we feel that India needs more awareness in terms of environment, and India needs all these activities more than any other foreign country. I personally feel, because if you go out, you see they have a lot of trees. The pollution levels are much more lesser. India has 13 cities out of 20. Out of 20 top cities, 13 cities, the most polluted cities, are in India. So I feel that पहले अपना घर हम अच्छा करें and then bahar. But again, it's a global foundation. We keep on doing activities over there. Also, we've done we've done activities for special children in Dubai. In in Dubai with the Dar Al Bear Foundation, we've had collaborations, and even in Kashmir we have a foundation that's again in India. But so yeah, it's not only Bombay based; it's overall pan India and then global.
Thank you for that knowledge. And now I would ask Sanmeet to take over. And also, I think we have a member, a participant with us, Lohitaksh, who has some experiences to share. So maybe Lohitaksh, once we are done with this Q&A, if you are willing, you could unmute yourself and share with us how you've been helping for saving the environment. If it's okay, you can let me know in the chat box. Till then, Sanmeet, please carry on.
Firstly, thank you so much, Seher, for taking out time for our session today.
Thank you.
It's always interesting to listen to you and work with you.
I hope.
I would like to start with the first question, which is sent by Mrs. Vidya Bhire Madam. She's our Vice Principal of the BCom section. And her question is, what measures can be taken to reduce carbon emission?
Can you repeat your question? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. The question was, what measures can be taken to reduce carbon emission?
I'm sorry. Can you? I'm sorry.
Am I audible to you now?
The question is, what measures can be taken to reduce carbon emissions?
You're on mute, Seher.
Seher, am I audible?
Okay, so I feel that simple ways that. I'm sorry. Actually, my laptop was behaving a little fishy. So there are a few ways how you can reduce your carbon footprint. I will mention the ones which I know and the ones which I try to do. The first and the main one. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So first, the main thing you have to do is reduce, reuse, recycle. Do these three things in whatever way possible. Like how I keep on mentioning, recreate, reimagine, restore. So these are the 3 R's that you must do: refuse, reuse, recycle. So that is how you can reduce your carbon footprint. And then other than that, if it's a small distance, like I mentioned above, can you all hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, Ed, you are audible.
Yeah, okay. And then we could switch to sustainable, clean energy as a country, that would obviously be, and then eat more plants and seasonal food and local food. You eat lesser of meat, what I try to do, and walk more, cycle more, drive less, and conserve water, protect our water bodies, don't throw trash. These are simple ways on how you can reduce your carbon footprints, and these are ways which are very doable. You and I can do it. We don't need we don't need to set up to improve our environment to do these things. You can walk, you can eat lesser meat, you can switch to sustainable energy in whatever way possible. Yeah, these are ways.
Thank you so much, Sahar, for
And whatever
explaining
you
that.
do, start it from your home. Start making that change in your house, and then you do it out. So once your house is sorted, then I think half of the problem I feel is sorted there. Okay, next question. Next question.
Okay, Sanvi just got dropped out. I'll read it, Seher. We have from Aryan Parcha a question. Uh, the person is asking, what is your motive that made you reach over here?
I haven't, first of all, Aryan.
Am I audible now, Sahar?
Yeah. First of all, Aryan, I haven't reached anywhere. I'm literally here. And I haven't reached anywhere, I swear. I mean, I have bigger dreams and hopes where I want to reach. I'm just working for it right now. And I hope it's helping me where I have to go.
टेबल पे मेरे
But
वाले नहीं यूज करेगा तो
it
मेरे
started
पास ही
from
होंगे
a
ना फिर.
family itself. So it was my grandfather who was very environmentally conscious in his entire lifetime. The best thing, his favorite thing was to plant trees. And he was very passionate about learning about farming and all these things. And if you see in our older generation, there were lesser caste, people walked. I stay in a locality called Bandra. They say that earlier, when my grandfather was young, when he was here and then when he was young, they didn't have any autos or taxis. He had to walk from here, which is Carter Road, to Bandra station. There was no other way. He had to walk. So during that time, I feel 100 years back, there's a lot of development happening, which created. There was a lot of development happening, which created a lot of negative impact on the environment. But still, people were living very simply in India. Cars, autos, bikes, all these things were not available to everyone in the past. Like if you talk about 100 years before, everyone didn't have, it was a luxury. Now it's getting common because of development and all that. So my grandfather lived a very simple life, which was very eco-friendly, I must say. And then, like I mentioned, he loved planting trees, knowing about farming and all these things. So it went into the entire family. And even my dad took it. And then he thought that why only should I do it at home? Why can't I create? Then he saw that there was a need to talk about this. And then they started talking, the foundation started, and the first 10 years of the foundation, we are still focusing, but it started off with special children. And then it diversified to environment, women empowerment, health, and all these things. So I think it's in the family, and it is something I think every young person should now make it a part of their lifestyle to talk about the environment and to make these conscious changes. Yeah.
Okay, I think Sanvit is in. Just to add, Seher, this guy Aryan, he says he's asked the question because he's seen you with a lot of celebrities. So just a comment, I'm passing it. Maybe because of your campaign, as you said.
Yeah, the campaigns. And a lot of them have spoken for the campaign. so many, I think from DLE, LLE group, only Sunmeet, everyone has spoken of generation restoration, right?
Yes. Okay, Sanmit, you are there now. So shall you take over?
Yes,
Can't hear.
Vishaka ma'am. I
Yeah,
am
yeah. Okay.
question. The next question is addressed by our faculty. How has the pandemic affected the environment as a boon or a bane?
Okay, so there are two effects of the pandemic. Okay, there's a positive impact and there's a negative impact. The positive impact is that 1 year there were no cars on the road. So everyone knows, I created a video also on it. Everyone knows how our earth started to breathe again. Everything was so much more better. We could actually spot dolphins in the on Marine Drive in the ocean. So our earth actually, we were breathing much more cleaner air. Even Delhi's air pollution reduced drastically when there was a lockdown. So obviously everyone was in, no one was polluting. You pollute only when you pollute the earth only when you're out most of the time, right? As individuals, because you're driving, you're throwing trash, then yeah, these same things. So you were at home, so there was a lot. And I saw that in Kerala and all these places, even elephants and all our wildlife were actually roaming openly and happily because they didn't see humans for so long. So it did help improve our environment. It was a head start for us. I wish we keep up on that. And we, since that has already happened, there has been a positive impact. So now again, we are making it negative by again going out there and still there are lockdown, still there's lockdown, तो अब थोड़ा कम है, but I feel that once they open, unlock fully, then again I don't know, because cars are going to get on the road. So it was good, but now there's a negative impact also. So a lot of us, even I've stopped, I've reduced, are wearing these one-time throwable masks. And that mask, after we throw it, it is not recycled or anything. It is directly dumped into the ocean. And I've seen pictures of of aquatic animals. Unke haath, paw mein, all our masks have been they've been stuck into those masks, and it is again not right. So yeah, but still there is quite a lot of positive impact on the environment.
Another question that I would like to address by Kanan ma'am herself. The question is, do you have any suggestions for solar panels? Because in the lockdown, when we were locked in our houses, not much exposure of sunlight was sunlight, so there was
What?
cases of is it audible now?
Yeah,
Is
you
it
can type it.
audible now?
Yeah.
Okay, so the question, during the lockdown, while a lot of us were indoors, there was this deficiency vitamin D that a lot of citizens faced due to not having enough sunlight. And the sun was consumed by the solar energy,
I can't hear you.
and the sun was consumed by the solar.
Sanmit,
Can
actually,
you
I
hear me
think
now?
I
Am I
understand
audible
the
now?
question. I'll answer that. Okay, are you basically trying to ask that why are solar panels good?
No.
Then
The question is that solar panels, because while a lot of citizens were home during the lockdown, a lot of solar panels absorbed a lot of sunlight and recreated energy. But the humans at that point of time did not get much of the sunlight, and so vitamin D deficiency cases could be seen. What is your
maybe
intake on this? What is your intake on it when sunlight is used to make solar energy? Um, Sir, am I audible to you clearly? Okay,
Sanmeet,
Vishakaman, can I please request you to take over?
we'll do one thing, Sanmeet. Your voice is breaking probably because of your network. I'll just take up a different question and you can send this question either in the chat box or send it to
I can
me.
just talk about solar panels and my views on why it is good.
Uh, just come up with the exact question, Seher. Ma'am has something else to ask, I believe.
Okay.
Till then, could you tell me, like there is this guy, Raj Verma, asking, what are the emerging business from environment protection? I think he just means like what kind of work is involved in environment protection, or if you can get it better.
What?
What are the emerging business from environment protection?
So now if you see, there are a lot of big, I know them personally, there are a lot of big recycling companies who are making a lot of money. I'm sorry, I can't name them because I can't recollect the name. So, and now we can make things out of dung also. And out of plastic, you can actually build roads. There are so many things what you can do and how you can recycle. And I think through biogas also there's so much of electricity being generated. It is like gold. Biogas, it is the next new gold, I feel. And there are such big businesses on solar panels also. So when I went on a visit to China, and they took us out for all these tours where you educate yourself on issues like environment and all that. They had a big area of solar panels, and that's what they aim that their country, the entire country should run on solar because it saves a lot more money. And there are a lot of environmental friendly businesses also, like I mentioned, that out of plastic also people are making a lot of money. It's not that it's difficult, but it's just that you need to do the right amount of research on it. It just takes a lot more efforts because it is a little bit of a difficult path. We are so used to plastic and all these things that we don't realize that there is an option B and there is a better alternative, and we must look into that.
Thank you, sir. I think that has answered his question. I hope so, Raj. Okay, coming back to the question that Sanmeet was trying to ask you, it's from Kanan ma'am. It says, any suggestions for solar panels? Because in lockdown, when we are locked in the home, there is not much exposure to sunlight and lots of skin-related diseases.
In India,
Yeah.
so I actually don't know much about these skin related diseases because even when you're sitting on your window, there is access to the sun, right? Even we are blessed with a lot of heat. This is my personal opinion. I didn't actually get a chance to look into that section. And ma'am's point, it's a very nice question, and I'm going to do some research on this and study what she's mentioned, that in the lockdown, a lot of people are getting skin diseases. But even I feel we Indians are blessed with a lot of sunlight, and especially in Bombay, even if I'm sitting outside there on the near my in like my office, if I'm sitting near the gate, there's so much sunlight that I'm automatically getting access to it. Or then you can walk at 5 o'clock. So I never actually thought, because I felt that we are blessed with lots of sunlight. In fact, I've always thought that solar. So we actually have a biogas plant also, which I forgot to mention and which not a lot of people know. So there's an area called Pali Hill in Bandra. I'm talking about biogas. I'm sorry, I moved off topic, but I felt that it is also renewable energy, and I should talk about it. So all of Pali Hill's public lights have been generated through that biogas plant, and they save all the money that used to go in electricity for public lights are saved right now, and they don't pay a penny for the lights, the street lights out there. So that's why even solar, I think that we Indians have a lot of sunlight. A lot of countries cannot, like London and all these countries cannot completely rely on solar energy because they don't get a lot of sunlight, but we as Indians, we have almost all the states do get a lot of heat. Delhi, Bombay, these cities, we all have a lot of heat. Punjab, all of us. So why I feel that we must as a country head start solar energies, because it reduces or eliminates all our energy bills. First that, and it is renewable. Second, we start saving from day one, and it's not that tough, because we all we need is sunlight and the equipments. That's it. And it helps the environment mainly, and it helps us. So I've been a promoter of solar energy and all energies that are renewable. That's it. And in terms of the lockdown aspect, I don't know much. And if I say something, it might not be right. So it's better I do my research about the skin diseases and lockdown and solar energy, and I get back to you.
Thank you, Sahir. Another question from Miss Shruti. She says, I mean, okay, she's basically asking like they're really inspired by your work, and they are asking if we students want to join you in your social drives, how can we be a part of it?
Okay, so that is simple. Firstly, I'm going to inform Sunmeet, because I need one person. Or secondly, we can make a group of all the students. I don't know if someone could actually take the workload of creating a group of me and all the students who want to be a part of the foundation. You all can create a WhatsApp group. I could share in everything that we keep on doing, and then they could come volunteer. They could do it from their homes, whatever best. And other than that, I create. We have a foundation page on Instagram and even my personal profile, Seher Bhamlas. So keep on posting, and you all can follow up on that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So we would maybe we could add that question in a later. Like we could ask. We already have a group where all these participants have been added. So we would just ask whoever is interested in knowing more. We could share the information, whatever you give to Sanmeet, including your Insta page and your other links. Okay. Maybe one or two questions more I can take. We have a lot. Um, yes, Lohitaksh, just few minutes more. I know you're waiting, and I'm thankful to you for that. For I only asked you to wait. Just two more questions, and we come back to you. So Miss Chetna is asking, how can we?
Go on, go on. After करिए, मैं पूछे दिखा.
Shall I read the questions here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ms. Chetna is asking, how can we manage the waste generating in this COVID situation, like surgical mask and gloves, etc.? I know you're keeping very busy with Environment Day coming, but
Yeah,
just
but
a few
that
more
is
minutes if you could
we've
give
been
us.
promoting awareness about not using cloth masks, which you can actually go and wash and reuse it as much as you can. Yeah, other thing is that PP kits, there is no, like the PP kits what our frontliners wear. I feel that there is we still can. I read some stuff online that you can recycle it, but then it's a lot of people are not aware about it, and I think I will start creating awareness about how we can reuse our PP kits in a sustainable way. And I've seen PP kits made out of plastic bottles also, but that again, it's I a lot of research has to be done. But as an individual, you can wear cloth masks. You don't have to always wear renewable masks. That is the best way how you can protect the environment and yourself, and always wear a mask. That's it.
Okay. And this is the last one, I think, and it's an interesting one. Aditya is asking, what was the biggest hurdle you faced when you started working for environment protection?
Actually, I'll tell you 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute, ma'am.
Yeah, it's okay, sir. Take your time.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Actually, my dad had come and sat over here inside, and I get very conscious speaking in front of people. So I was like, "Can you go out?" So yeah, the hurdles. Honestly, you know what? It was my father who started the NGO 25 years back. And by the time I started working, which was in grade 5, I think they already did a lot of setup, right? So in terms of hurdles, they were the ones who faced a lot of hurdles. I've been a little blessed because I haven't faced any such hurdles. There was already a team who was working. You normally face hurdles when you're new and when you start, but once you're set, your hurdles do reduce. So by the time I entered, it was literally 18, 20 years the foundation was done. I mean, the foundation had completed 18 to 20 years when I started working. So I didn't really face every time I wanted to take up an initiative, I always was backed up with positivity and to go ahead with it. And there were always people helping me. I never felt any such hurdle in terms of my environmental career, in terms of my environmental passion. I've always got a head start and I've been blessed in that way.
But you have a long way to go, Seher. I'm sure you'll
There's
have.
only there's only a hurdle that I face. I'll tell you what, and I keep on facing. That the foundation has already created a name. So now you have to always keep up with it. And you always have to do better things. So you keep on thinking about how to do things better, how to make an impact, and how to create a positive change which is better. So all that is there in my mind. But again, I feel I'm blessed with the best team.
Um, I was just saying, I'm sure you would have much more experiences to share when we call you next time,
Yeah,
hopefully
of course.
soon.
Every day is a new experience.
Okay, Seher, I have like two small questions, but before that, could we just hear Lohitak's experience of how he's been
Yes,
working for saving environment? He's been waiting
yes.
since long. So, Lohitaksh, please unmute yourself. I've sent you the request. Okay, I'll make you the. Yeah,
Yeah, ma'am, can you hear
you are
me?
unmuted.
Yeah, ma'am,
Yes,
am I audible?
Lohitaksh. Yes,
Hello.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, Sai
Yes,
ma'am, thank you
Lohitaksh, we
for
can hear
the
you.
Sai ma'am, thank you for this campaign. I'm glad to be a part of it. So my question to you was
For being a
ki,
part.
uh, sorry.
Thank you for being a part of it. I'm honored.
Oh, so what I was saying is that whenever I try to convince my friend, ki, reduce the plastic when you go for grocery shopping. You know what their mentality is that कि एक के करने से क्या फर्क पड़ेगा. So how do
Yeah,
you change that mentality? My question to you is that.
in the start of this thing also I mentioned that small conscious changes are the best, and the more hands that get attached, the better it is, I feel. But still, there are some people who don't, because who, your friend or your helper, you mentioned?
My friend.
Okay, your friend
So
who's.
we were like walking on the street. So there are two
Yeah,
spots in our locality.
yeah.
So people have made those two spots like they throw every garbage over there. So it's slowly coming down to the roadside now.
Oh, no, no, no.
So my friend is
I should have
contributing to that,
contacted local
and
government authorities for that.
I don't know much about that.
No, because if you can't contact the BMC and MCGM, from whatever I know,
Mhm.
they get it cleared very soon.
Okay. Then I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, and even if you want, I can help you. I can tell you the right way. Even I'll check with my office and how can you get it clear and get back to you. And then Sanmeet could coordinate because she's the one who I.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay,
it.
thank you.
So I don't know. Some people don't. It gets very. They don't understand the seriousness of this cause because, like I mentioned, some stuff start at your home. I've seen my father. I'm not pointing out at anything. It's just inbuilt, and you must keep on telling your friend that why it is important to be more conscious about the environment, because that is the best way. And in fact, you can share some what I do is I show my friends that, see, this is what, there's so many videos out there made on plastic and all that. I keep on showing it to my friends that, see, that this is what that one stupid, I'm sorry for my language, that one bag does. This is what that one bag does. It's there in our environment for the longest time. It is there for like 100 years. It takes that long for a plastic bag to get degraded. So the only thing is you can explain, you can teach, but it has to come from the heart also. That's what I think. Yeah.
Thank you for the answer, ma'am. I will definitely try some methods.
Thank you, Lotaksh. And there are two questions. I'll put both together, Seher. General queries. One, Aryan is asking, do you do these activities on daily basis? He's asked this for the third time, I believe. And secondly, Raj is asking, do you provide any kind of internship in this field where they can learn as well as protect their environment?
Okay, so Raj, you came a little late because this Environment Day campaign, Dharti Ka Dil, I had, I still have 7 to 10 core interns who are helping me on daily basis from their house. But now I believe that 5th June is literally coming now. So if there is, send me a resume. You can take my contact number from Sandeep,
Sanmeet would share that,
or
yeah.
you could email me or whatever. So give me a resume. Now, whenever I start with my internships again, which is in July end, that's when I will keep you in my mind. Just share in your resume. And then you had one more question.
Yeah,
Do you do
Aryan is
these
asking.
activities? So, like I mentioned, last 1 year, we were completely focused on COVID, and that was the need of the hour, I feel, because the environment was automatically getting better and better and more peaceful and more beautiful. So I didn't personally have to do much. We did a few beach cleanups after the lockdown unlocked, but the beach cleanups, we only had 20-25 people. We didn't increase the number, and then now we've started with plogging activities, because when you're plogging, you're far away from people. Plogging is basically you pick up kachra while you're jogging. So when you're jogging, you're not with your friends. You can't jog with your friends. Even when you're going for beach cleanup, there are groups. 3-3, 4-4 लोगों के ग्रुप्स रहते हैं. सब एक साथ ग्रुप बना के है ना कचरा उठाते. So when you're plogging, you're jogging. So there's no way of creating a group because you have to jog at your own speed. So we started a few plogging um, sessions, and I'm going to just head start with that and keep it open for everyone, because as it is, the lockdown is going to end on 15. So I'm just waiting for the right time, because I feel that if everyone is protected and safe, that is the best. Because if someone is coming out, I don't have any guarantee that the person won't be infected. So it's better that you be at home and you create an impact instead of coming out in such times.
That's all, Seher. Again, people are asking about joining your organization. So I would just tell them all. We would be asking this question via a Google form in the group. So whoever is interested can.
Yeah, we can make a WhatsApp group. And
yeah, so you all could reply. Like Shruti is again asking, I took up her question, and so I'm just speeding up a bit. Before we end, Sahil, I'll give it back to you. I just want you to again tell them about making the video, because many of them have joined just for the webinar and they do not know about the video. So if you could tell them once, we would share that info as well in the group. So
okay,
that somehow they could start joining you.
Basically, creating awareness, you can do it from home. I feel that everyone is an influencer. If you create an impact on one person's life, like I think Akshay, someone mentioned that my friend doesn't reduce using plastic. So if you can influence one person, and if you can ask him to do good for the environment, I think you're an influencer. You don't have to be an actor. You don't have to be like anyone. So just creating an impact in someone's life. So I asked, so a simple thought came into my mind, that why are these influencers talking about the issue? why are only celebrities talking about this year's theme Dharti Ka Dil and the previous years? I was like, young people like you, me, everyone, the young person, the youth of India, why can't they talk about ecosystem restoration and the campaign Dharti Ka Dil and reimagine, recreating and restoring our environment? So I reached out to colleges, and then the first one was Sunmeet, of course. um, I'm sorry, there are too many people in my office working for environment. So yeah. So the first one was Sanmeet who came to my mind, and I told her that we could do some. I could ask people to. You could get in touch with your college and create a campaign where Lala College and the foundation does a digital campaign, and so many of y'all have created such beautiful videos. And I've got the links and I've shared it across with UNEP and the Ministry of Environment. So what it's very simple to whoever doesn't know what you all have to do. You all just have to create a 1 minute video talking about environment and posting it on your social media. That's it.
So further details of it we'll be putting up in the group.
Yeah.
Thank you once again, Seher, and I now invite Aman to please propose the formal vote of thanks. I think we can go ahead to that, Seher, now.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Aman, over to you.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, Aman.
Yes. Okay. Hello, everyone. I, Aman Roy, would like to take this opportunity on behalf of the DLLE unit of Lalaj Patrai College to propose the formal vote of thanks. We wholeheartedly appreciate our resource person for the day, Ms. Sheh Bhamla, for giving us a peek into the kind of work what Bhamla Foundation has been doing for the environment, and also what other helpful informations. You rightly stated that only two hands can't do everything. Today's discussion had clearly put out the message across by giving us some practical tips to restore the environmental balance, which will be of great help. Moving on, I would like to thank our management and our principal, Dr. Neelam Arora Madam. I also extend deep sense of gratitude for our vice principals, Mrs. Vidya Bhinde Madam and Dr. Arun Pujari Sir, and all our faculties for being there for us. And a sincere thanks to all the participants for making the program a success. Last but not the least, I thank the volunteers who had worked hard to make this event possible. And a small reminder to all the participants to fill the feedback form necessary. Thank you.
And thank you so much for this vote of thanks, and thank you so much for having me here. And thank you for always supporting me, Lala College. That's it.
Can I please request the participants and the committee members to put on their cameras for a group photo?
Yeah, okay. So I've just removed the spotlight, and Sanmeet, you will be taking the photo. All participants can please turn on their videos for a while. We would have a nice group snap.
On the count of 3, I'll be taking the picture.
We also have our Vice Principal, Vidya Bhide ma'am with us. Good evening, ma'am. And thank you so much for being there, like always.
Good evening. It was a nice program. I could hear many things. Congratulations to Seher Madam also.
Thank you.
Yeah, all the best to you for your future life also.
Thank you. I'll always seek your blessings. And thank you to your college for always.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
On the count of 3, I'll be taking the picture. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you everyone for that.
Thank you.
And those who have not filled the feedback form can please do that from the chat box. It's been put up by Sanmeet. So maybe we could keep the meeting on for 5 more minutes for allowing you to fill the feedback form, and then we'll end.
Can I, ma'am, if
I'll
it's
just stop the live stream.
yeah, can I leave that?